with us with my attitude and his attitude and both of our personalities and everything. And is it okay if we record this? Okay. She's kind of very sarcastic and proper, and sadistic is the word that I think of. But she's very much, don't chime in yet, please. She's going like this. She's wearing something nice. It looks like a dress or something. She's got like it looks like a bib, but it's not. She's going like this, like fixing her dress and like crossing her legs and going like this. And her lips are kind of pierced like that. But her like attitude, her personality is her like crazy bipolar. You know how people are like in a courtroom and kind of like denying everything, where they're just like that. She's kind of like that, but it's in a scary way. It's in a dark way. She's got like something going on in her head where it's like, don't fuck with me. But she's also like sketchy. But do you know what's the word for that? She's just kind of
mental.
What? Mental. Yeah, mental and intimidating, and she's not nice. But she's okay. She's like tolerating us, and she kind of likes the attention.
She was an attention seeker.
Okay. And she and her victims and stuff, which think that she was a murderer from what you said, but I can't really remember who she murdered. I don't know like who she murdered and stuff like this, but she wanted them to feel like hatred in their heart. She wanted to kind of like hurt their heart. She's showing me just like wanting them to feel like constricted of like the pain that the pain that they were causing. She just wants to like squeeze their hearts a little bit. And she is mental. She is not like how people don't have feelings and stuff like that. I don't think that she has feelings like that switch, like the psychopath in a nice kind of way. She's intimidating because I'm like watching the fuck out of my words and I don't want to like piss her off, but she's okay. Do you have like any questions, or can you pick anything else up? When I asked if you had any questions, it's kind of scary. Don't get scared. She went like this to you, like
I'm not scared.
Like what are you gonna say? Like what are you?
I want to tell her I'm sorry for what she went through.
Yeah.
I can relate.
Was she in like the courtroom and stuff a lot? Because it feels like she hated these people. Like, what are you gonna say? And what are you gonna say? And I think that you told me that she didn't talk. It feels like she's very much like, like put words in my
Women
mouth.
were not allowed to speak. They were like a nuisance. They were like a nobody. So I can kind of relate. I can understand why she went through that sort of thing and why she had a lot of anger, because women were like shunned. They were just bitches. They only did the cooking, the cleaning, the maids. They weren't that.
She's not listening to you. She doesn't like you. She didn't like you because you're a man. She doesn't really care what you say. She's like, but there is a potential for you to earn her trust if you were to just like keep understanding, and for her to like really, really feel and like know and trust that you were genuinely like cared about her. But for her, she's not like men.
I don't like men either that much.
She doesn't. So you were saying about the documentary or whatever is about her. She doesn't like this. She doesn't like the way that they kind of put the spotlight on her.
And they portrayed it in a different way. It was not really her story.
And she, when you're saying, I feel like, not good in my heart. When you were saying, try to disconnect if you need to. What did you just say?
No,
she was saying something about that. So we were talking about the documentary and things being portrayed. Oh, she's saying like she doesn't appreciate being singled out for like this because she's the only one that like took action, that like killed people, but everyone felt like this, and she was just kind of like speaking up.
She had the balls.
Yeah, she was just the one that like, she's saying that got caught and didn't get away with it, but what she means is like she's just the one who had like what you said, like took action, but she was like doing this for other women, not just for herself. And asking her a little bit about her family, and it felt like she was going like kind of like fuck her family. Asking her a little bit about her dad and stuff like that, and it feels like she doesn't want to super like visit that or talk about that. Or did that ever come up in the documentary, in the movie, that her dad raped her? Because it feels like she doesn't even want to like illuminate that, give him like recognition.
It showed that he would close the door and he would undoing his belt, and I think it was the stepmom or the mom.
Yeah. Okay. She
But
didn't appreciate how they showed that in the film because you couldn't like put it into.
You couldn't feel her pain, and it's like you're criticizing, you're making fun of her.
Yeah.
Like it's like a taunt.
Yeah.
And I really feel like I give her like a high five for like being a woman and taking a stand back in them days and showing that it's not right to just use, especially your daughter. It's wrong. It's disrespectful, downgrading.
Can you look at her when you're talking?
Is that what she said?
It just feels like it's rude.
Well, I don't want to look at her. She don't like me. So.
Well, I mean, it's what people did to her. Men didn't look at her, like would talk to her as if she wasn't in the room.
Oh.
It feels like she's saying, "Don't be shy, honey," but it wasn't in a nice way. Let's see
I'm
what
gay.
else. So I don't know what was going on with her mom, and did she have a sister too? Do you know?
Yeah, she had. I think it was her older sister.
She didn't like these people. They didn't like understand or get her, or like get her kind of like help when she was younger. Like it feels like they thought that she was just like a basket case and a lost cause. Maybe because of rape and everything.
Like I said, back in the days, there wasn't like therapists. There wasn't nobody really gave a shit about you, especially if you were a woman. Nobody cared. And I'm glad I wasn't in those days, because I would have been like one of the kind of men that would have I would have been a murderer. Like, I don't like seeing women get abused.
She was saying, and I killed them. So who'd she kill?
She killed her mom and her dad with an axe.
In like a shed or somewhere, do you know?
She
like
got the axe out of the shed, and in the documentary it showed that she stripped herself naked, which was very intelligent back in that day, to hide a murder. So
that's what she was saying. Like, that's how you get away with it.
Yeah, she was actually spot on with that. But I didn't like when they played her dad, they didn't play the dad really in a bad way in the movie. And if they're only playing him like partially bad, I can imagine how bad he was back in them days, because men were crucial. Men were like physically, emotionally, sexually.
Yeah. Did he hate everyone in the family as well? Do you know?
I think he liked her older sister. I think Lizzie was an outcast.
Do you know
Lizzie
if he was raping her as well? I feel like he was.
feel like he raped her too, but I feel like Lizzie Borden and her sister had sex, because that's kind of how the dad trained them.
Okay. She was saying that she liked it. The older sister liked it from
with
the
the
dad.
dad. Well, it wasn't fair to Lizzie, because Lizzie didn't like it. Coming from my perspective, I didn't like it either. I didn't like my dad.
Yeah, he was raped as well when he was young.
And my dad was physically, emotionally, and mentally abusive as well.
She's saying that her dad was a monster. Did she kill anyone else? Other people, or just her family?
I think it was.
I feel like she wanted to kill like people.
She probably wanted to kill the whole town. Nobody supported her. Nobody was there. Nobody gave a fuck about her.
Yeah.
Even the women didn't.
I'm asking her about the women and stuff in the town. It felt like neutral. Like she wasn't mad at them.
But when you get raped, you're mad at everybody. It feels like everybody's out to get you.
But she's just mad at her family for that. And then, like, men, like, dressed up men, lawyer men, those kind of people. What other kind of questions do you have?
Did her and her sister have sex? No, that's disrespectful. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to ask that question. What all did her dad do? Like, other than what the documentary and the story said. Because I kind of want to speak out about her. Because she always felt alone.
She was saying that, like, he abused the family and hit everyone, especially the mom. raped everybody. He was a monster and not a nice person. She hated him because he looked like he had a front. Like, I don't know if he was a businessman or something. Like dressed up in ties and suits and stuff like that. Oh, yeah. And he would like come home and then it was like a completely different person, like turn into a monster. And she hated like his face, showing me his face, and it's just like this kind of like evil,
he had a
like
bitch
hatred.
face.
Like he had just like this hatred, and she hated that look on his face. It's like I can't do it. She was just saying like he was a monster, but people didn't like really see anything wrong with him, and also didn't believe her. So when she was living and got out of jail and everything, did people know what had happened to her? I forget what she just said, whatever I just said. Like, people didn't hate him.
I think people admired him because he was this businessman.
Okay.
He showed a front, and it was behind closed doors of him an asshole, so nobody really knew how Lizzie Borden knew.
And then I was asking her what else he did to her, and she was saying, what do you want to know? He did everything.
That's that.
Everything a person could do to like crush you, to have any kind of hopes of like being a good person.
Get her pregnant.
I think so. She was saying that wasn't her baby, so I don't know what that means. Like, did she like disown a child? Did she have an abortion? Did she not have a baby?
I feel like maybe she shoved something up there to kind of the fetus.
Yeah. It feels like if she got pregnant, it was like, no, not having this baby. It's not my baby. I don't think that she had a child.
I believe her dad, if her dad knew, he would have instantly beat her ass and maybe tried to kill the baby inside her. Or made an excuse about how she was a whore and that she needs to go. No, it's not in the documentary. I feel like I'm just tapping a little bit. I just feel like if he would make up some excuse like she's a whore, she wouldn't fuck somebody, so we need to either put her somewhere and have the baby and have it up for adoption so nobody would know, or kill the baby.
It feels like before any of that would have happened, she would have killed the baby and not like given him that spotlight. She didn't want, I don't understand what she means by like giving him the spotlight.
Superior.
Yeah, like I don't really get what she's saying. It's almost like having a conversation with him was making him happy, and she didn't even want to like
attention
fuck with that. Yeah. Asking her if there is anything that she needs from us. She's appreciative of us a little bit more for being understanding. She does want the documentaries and the stuff to like stop, and it feels like she's rolling her eyes like,
how does she feel about the song they made about her?
She's laughing. But it's an okay laugh. It's just it sounded like like a mocking kind of laugh, like I don't care. She's okay with it. She's just like, stupid people.
I just feel like how would they feel if they were in her shoes?
She doesn't want to be singled out. She wants to be like fucking dead. Like, get on with it. Get on with your life and stop and leave me alone. I'm asking her if we're bothering her, and it feels like no, which is interesting.
Is her dad on the other side?
Hold on, I don't understand what she means. So I was asking her if like we were bothering her, if people talk to her a lot, if people bring her up, and it was kind of almost as if she had to be here, but she has no emotion like this sucks or this is fun or this is fine. So I don't know, I just thought that was...
People go to her real house to do try to get stuff out of her and stuff like that.
When you were saying that, she was saying like, yeah, good luck with that. Like,
yeah, and I know they're making stuff up. It's not real. She's not there. She's not there. She don't have time for you.
Did you ask something before? What'd you just ask?
I forgot.
Oh, it was her dad.
Oh, yeah, is her dad there?
Yeah.
There's a son of a bitch in hell.
No, she's saying yes, unfortunately.
Oh. Sorry.
And then I don't know if I want to say this. I don't know if she's in heaven. I think she's in the in-between, which I haven't talked to you about this a lot. Yeah, it's just like working on her stuff. So when she said yes, unfortunately, it feels like a lot of people, her dad as well, are still working on stuff.
Well, tell her that she needs to work on herself, coming from a person that's been raped as well and abused. That she needs to work on herself and beat her father to go to where she needs to be. She can finally be happy and at rest.
Yeah.
She deserves to be happy. She had her life taken away from her.
Yeah, do it for yourself and beat your dad to it.
She had her dignity, her body, everything.
That's what she's saying. Telling her, work on yourself and beat your dad to it and fuck him and then fuck everybody who's making documentaries
Don't look
and stuff.
behind. You make sure you go in that happy place. You need it.
Yeah, nobody's diminishing anything, and it's just media and stuff, and it doesn't matter. It's just for entertainment. And 60 minutes long, so we appreciate you being here. We hope you are able to move on and find whatever you want to find.
Come visit me sometime. What'd you say?
I'm trying to piece it together. What I did, like, but it wasn't sarcastic or mean. It was just like,
Loving.
okay. It's like that. It's like, okay, but she's not going to.
I know.
But it's not mean.
Yeah, I know.
It's she's saying like
She needs
how
to beat her
people
father to that place, so she needs to go.
how people make not promises, but how they say like see you later, talk to you later,
Yeah, you're
and they
not
never
coming.
do.
Yeah. I do that all the time.
Anything else?
I just wish her happiness.
Do you have
And
any
not
advice
all
for us?
men are bad.
I asked her if she had any advice for us, and she said, "Don't let people get under your skin to the point of wanting to get away with murder."
Oh, Lizzie, I would have done that a long time ago.
Okay, thanks.
She didn't say bye to me.
I don't think she said bye to me either.
Ouch.
It's okay. She's nice. She's just
I told you she'd be nice.
she's like not attached to anybody. Not going to be nice to
She's like
anybody.
she has no personality.
Yeah, and it's interesting. Like I can't even piece together the words of like why she was here and how she feels about it. It's just like being forced to, but no attachment to it.